The first time I was introduced to Wheeljack was in the animated TV series Transformers Prime, and I know what you're thinking. Yes, I seen Q in Transformers Darkofthemoon, but I didn't know that that was Wheeljack at the time, and we'll get to that later. Again, the first time I was introduced to Wheeljack was in Transformers Prime. I vividly remember the first scene he appeared in. He was being chased down by the Decepticons while trying to make contact with the Autobots, and in doing so, his ship was unfortunately hit and he ended up crash landing while the Decepticons landed right behind him. But literally within less than a minute, a blast came piercing through the dark cloud of smoke and dropped the first Decepticon in command, and out stepped Wheeljack with his all-white robot form with hints of red and green, sporting multiple scars on his face, and he says,
"You're trying to ruin my day. You're gonna have to try harder."
And it was in that very moment that I became a fan of Wheeljack, specifically the Transformers Prime Wheeljack, because while this version of Wheeljack is one of the toughest Autobots and a surviving wrecker who likes to kill Decepticons for a living, that's actually not at all accurate to the G1 version of the character, and I never knew that as a kid. The G1 version of the character is more of a mechanic and scientist, which is definitely a lot closer to the character we seen in Darkofthemoon, as well as Rise of the Beast. But even with that in mind, I still prefer the version of the character we got in Transformers Prime for multiple reasons, starting with the fact that even though he's more of a warrior than his G1 counterpart, he still does actually retain a lot of his G1 characteristics, like the fact that he does create and build different gadgets for the Autobots to use, mostly being bombs made to blow up the Decepticons. But hey, he's still inventing stuff, so it counts. I also like the fact that he don't give a fuck about nothing, and he even occasionally goes back and forth with Optimus, and that could be a good thing. It's important to question authority sometimes, especially if you feel that strongly about something. And on top of that, everybody needs a brutally honest friend that'll hold you accountable, and that even goes for our Prime. But that's what I like about the Wheeljack from Transformers Prime. There's so much depth to the character compared to this.
I'm not letting you go out there without my urban combat prototype.
I hate this version of Wheeljack with everything in me, or should I call him Q? Like I said earlier, when I watched Darkofthemoon as a kid, I never knew that this was Wheeljack. One, because his name is for whatever reason Q, and two, he don't even look like Wheeljack. I will never forget finding out that Q was Wheeljack after seeing Wheeljack in Transformers Prime and being fucking disgusted. Cause who the fuck greenlit this shit? The Wheeljack I knew had a live robot form with two katanas slicing motherfuckers in half. So can you imagine my face when I found out that this old ass Albert Einstein looking motherfucker was Wheeljack? I just don't understand why. Why the fuck does he look like this, and why the fuck is he an old ass man? Literally the only thing that got right about this Wheeljack is the fact that he does invent and create stuff that doesn't work for shit, just like the G1 version. But other than that, throw the whole fucking character in the trash, because this is not Wheeljack. 7 years later, we would see Wheeljack appear on the big screen once again, but this time they got it right. The design was perfect, the voice fit his character, but unfortunately this would just be a quick cameo at the beginning of Bumblebee. However, we would then get an announcement that he would appear in Transformers Rise of the Beast, which was a follow-up movie to the Bumblebee movie, and on top of that, he would be appearing as a main character on the Autobot roster. Now, when I heard the news, I started going crazy. We're finally getting Wheeljack on the big screen, and he's finally going to be done right. Or that's what I thought. You have got to be shit. Again, this movie is supposed to be a sequel to Bumblebee, so somebody please tell me what the fuck happened. And don't even try to say shit about the alt mode. No alt mode makes a Transformer change this much. This is literally a whole different character. This isn't even Wheeljack, and where the fuck did he get the accent from? This is Wheeljack and Bumblebee.
There's too many of them!
And this is Wheeljack and Rise of the Beast.
Harmonious moment between a serene butterfly and an unruffled caterpillar.
It just doesn't make any type of sense, so y'all trying to tell me Wheeljack looked like Wheeljack and sounded like Wheeljack, but went to Earth and changed his whole robot form, which doesn't make sense, to then turn around and completely change his robot form again to look like Albert Einstein, and on top of that, he now has a British accent. This shit literally makes zero sense. The only thing that can explain half of it is Darkofthemoon and Rise of the Beast have to be in separate timelines, but when it comes to everything else, it doesn't make any type of sense. Someone at Paramount has to hate Wheeljack, and it shows, because how the fuck do you fuck up this bad? You even had a second chance to fix this, and this is what the fuck you gave us. I'm hoping one day we'll finally get to see a proper live action Wheeljack, because he really is an interesting character, especially in Transformers Prime. I personally recommend, if you like Transformers and you want to see a good version of the character, definitely check out episode 8 in season 1 of Transformers Prime. But yeah, man, y'all let me know which version of Wheeljack you like down in the comments. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like. Until then, I'm out. Stay tuned.